Hello, hello. I thought I would make a video about this camera I got. Family member gave it to me. It is a Japanese camera called Miranda, and I was just reading about it. Started off as the Orion company, and this is the Sensomat. So I was having some issues with this. I was like playing with it, and it doesn't have to take a battery, but it does for the light meter. And I did notice that whenever the door can't be screwed off, I usually use a nickel, push down and do a good twist. If it can't come off, it's probably corroded a little bit, and this has been corroded, but there was no battery in it. But then I flipped the camera over and the contact just fell out. Cameras from the 70s and 80s, if you leave a battery in there, those little tiny contacts can just absolutely corrode, and you may or may not be able to get them working. What I've done, I did for my Yashica Electro 35 was use white vinegar to get the crud off, and then I use rubbing alcohol to stop that reaction to get the alkaline battery crud off. This looks like it could be fixed, so it just lays in there as a contact, and the little wire is right there. So this just, the wire just ate it. So it's still there. I could probably fix it, but I don't think I will. I don't think this is a camera I'm going to be actively shooting with. You can just take the bottom panel off, and that usually has all the, there's the 4 screws. Pretty solid camera. So this thing had a little mystery to it. I noticed that the finder, the prism finder, was loose, and I'm like, I know this thing can come off. Sure enough, it can come off. How do you take it off, though? Well, this little dial here, turn it away from you, this little one here, and it slides off. There's a little locking mechanism there, just right on the side, very tiny thing, so you don't want to force it. And this is the prism viewfinder. It's very, it's a heavy little piece of thing. And you can see here, there is a little light meter. I guess it's hard to see, but it's right there with a little dial. If I put a battery in this, this is the only thing it would activate, is the light meter. And you can turn this, I call it a dumb dial, whatever color film you're using, whether it's color, black and white. And then there is the serial number of this, which is 6818612. Over here we have, you can set the ASA DIN, the sensitivity of the film. Pull this up and turn it. And if you turn this, that's where you set, and there's a little red slash there. So this goes up to 1/1000th of a second. And bulb is there, but I believe you have to turn it all the way around again to get to bulb. Yeah, to get to bulb. There is also, it looks like an X setting. That's usually for bulb, for X when you're putting your flash sync in there. There's a little meter right there for, well, little indicator for your film. There is let me put this back on. There we go. A nice firm shuttercock. You can use that one, or you can use the front one. So it has 2. There is a preview button, the little, I forget what you call it. It's the that's the one, right? No, it may not be. I don't know. Sometimes these self-timers are here. Let's see. I just want to double check. This can take zenith lenses. This lens here is a Miranda 1.8 50 millimeter, made in Japan. It is pretty, seems like it's a pretty solid build of a lens. This is a screw mount. Well, a type of screw mount, kind of fits in there with the flanges. Yeah, this is the preview button. Little mirror. Yep. It's in really good shape. It has a little, when you look through the viewfinder, oops, you can screw this on wrong, line up the red to red, screw it in, and that way you have access to the aperture, which seems to work still really well. When I look inside it, when I cock it, yeah, the little preview button, it kind of shows you how much light is coming in there. What's crazy is the light meter seems to be going up and down. Probably it's not because it's active, because there's no power. And then there's the reverse button for rewinding the film. You'd pull up, when you're done with your film, you'd push the button underneath so you can rewind it, and then turn it. There's a little handle that turns as well. When it's all wound up, when you feel it, you can pop this up, but you have to push the button in and pull this up, which you can do with one hand. And there you go, you have the side. Inside of it, it has a fabric shutter curtain, and it has a spoke feeder, as well as a nice little uptake wheel there. Very clean on the inside. This was used at least a few times I know of. I have not seen the pictures though. I did not know there was another, like a waist viewfinder that you could buy. But it does look like it is a solid camera. The Zenit are the sort of Russian imitation things. They imitated contacts and all those. Here's the bottom that I took off. You can see it looks pretty much like other SLR cameras underneath. The wires are a little electronic, and there's lots of gears. So this would go in there, and then this actually screws on top of that, and then I would put this on. But the screw is stuck in there. I don't think they've made a good tool that actually opens the battery case of a lot of cameras. Yeah, so Miranda Sensomat. It's a solid little camera. You could drop this, I think it'd be fine. And the lens, it seems like it's a decent lens. As far as quality and focusing ability, if I turn it and focus, it focuses very lovely. It has a prism, or what do you call it, a ground glass center, and you know if it's out of focus in the middle, or if it looks really blurry, you got to readjust. So pretty solid. The aperture goes from 1.8 to only 16, not to 22. And let's see, this lens of course can go to infinity. "30 feet. It's kind of hard to read these. Infinity feet. There we go. 8054, 3.5, 3. Usually you get 2.5 or 3 feet away from the subject before it starts to, you can't focus anymore. Anyway, that's me. Since I had it open, I thought I'd show it off. I haven't talked about this camera. I actually ordered a new camera yesterday and a lens today. The lenses, you can hardly ever find the camera with the lens, but when I get one and I get batteries for it, I'll be excited to show it off because it will probably be the nicest SLR camera I own. And there's only one, there's 2 names that are, of course, synonymous. Actually, I'd say 3. 3 names that are synonymous with like really nice cameras. That's Contax, Hasselblad, and of course, Leica. So, anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching.